Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night.
Good night.
Good night. This is your lovely show. Yeah. All right, all right, all right. This is your Love Link show. Here every Sunday, as we said before. This is your girl HenneCee alongside.
LoLa.
Alongside.
T to the E to the J.
And we're missing our number 4. That's Delicious D. She's under the weather today, but we're gonna miss her tonight.
Oh, we sure would.
Anyway.
But I am going to miss her. Maybe you don't miss her because you have your partner in crime, hey? So I miss my partner in crime.
Ain't sure about tonight.
So you want a awe from us?
Oh. Oh.
We miss her too. We
Okay,
miss
just checking.
her.
I already say it first. I ain't concerned. Y'all gonna low me. Any which ways, our main goal here every Sunday is to walk away, for you to walk away seeing things in a different perspective. We want y'all to be able to learn something about yourself and the relationships that you're in, of course, whether it be with God, your family, your significant other, but mainly yourself. All right. How was y'all week?
Awesome.
Long.
Got a lot of things done.
I got a lot of things done too.
Wonderful. Great.
What about you?
Yeah. My week was very interesting. Of course.
What does that mean? Tell us. Oh boy.
My week was very interesting. Glad for it to be over. Glad for it to be over. So last week we ended our mini series or annual series of the Love Link show. Well, the Love Link show. What? See, I tell y'all, this is why
The love
I
language?
can't wait for the week to be done.
But the week done?
It ain't done yet.
It's the beginning.
I still have no, it ain't done yet.
It's the beginning of another
Tomorrow
week.
is a holiday.
Oh, okay.
Or
So that's how you measure it.
or late honorable H. Lavity Stout's birthday. Okay, so I cannot wait to relax. I might go on the beach. But anyways, I digress. So we ended our mini series of the love languages, of course. It's our annual series. We spoke about last the physical touch, which is, again, if I ever say, is a man's favorite love language, and I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna stick to
with
that.
it. Stick with it.
I
Stick
don't
with
know
it.
why you stick with it though.
So we not only mentioned the ways lovers enjoy this love language, but we also spoke about children who have this love language. Of course, we incorporated our children in all our topics. Well, most of them, where they can be incorporated, because we could get a little spicy.
Yes,
Sure
yes.
All right. So tonight's topic, tonight we're kind of chatting. It's a little chatty vibe.
Yes.
About getting your ish together before you get into a relationship, of course. Apparently, it's important for you to have your ish together before you
Apparently,
get
of course it is.
into a serious. Hello. we chattering. So you know what happening? A lot of little opinions coming on tonight. So make sure if me and TJ gonna be on the same page tonight, because we usually are on the same page.
Poor Tina.
Poor Tina, indeed. All right. So, do you really have to get your ish together before you get in a relationship? You think so? Anybody think so?
Yes.
No.
Man, TJ is that good. I with you. For now. So if you want to share, share your little 2 cents with us. We welcome your 2 cents. Or if you want to tell us, mainly LoLa, if we're talking about attacker,
Say so.
hit us up at 284-544-6677. Or if you're on the website,
Yes.
just sneak into our DMs, slide in, let us know. Again, if we're talking what?
A waka taka.
Oh, yeah, indeed. So, yeah. I want to ask you a question real quick. Did y'all get all your ish together before y'all got in a relationship? This is just a personal question. It's a personal question.
No.
So, see?
So of all the relationships that I've been in, I can truly say that each successive one, I've gotten closer to getting my ish together.
Okay, so you weren't already prepared.
Right.
All right. Now we hear from Teacher LOL now. Teacher LOL, let us know. Was your ish together? I don't know. You seem like a type to have your ish together.
Well, we can see what ish is first. Because I would say no.
Okay, good,
Because
great.
I was young.
Okay, good, great. So it means to tell me that, some of us still have we still have a chance to find a relationship.
So wait. So in other words, it got some benchmarks.
Huh? Huh?
It got some benchmarks.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, so let's show one thing that you think we should at least have together. In your opinion, of course. Fairness, in your opinion, what we should have at least together before we consider sharing our lives with another person.
But you know mine.
Yeah. I know yours exactly.
Money.
So let's start with yours, because it's money we talking about. You ain't letting up. You ain't letting your foot off of nobody's neck when it comes to this money talk. So if the person don't have, I don't know.
No, I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about me.
So you have to have your monies.
Yes.
Okay, so I like that. Okay, so if a woman has their stuff together in terms of finances, does the man have to have his stuff together, his monies in order? No death, no nothing? Talk to me. T to the E to the J?
I wasn't allowing Lol to sort herself out.
But Lol don't answer the question. Teacher Lol don't answer.
All right.
So the question now is yours.
So the second question is what now?
You know what?
So you being a delinquent student in the back there? I don't understand.
Listen, I might be in the front of the class because I wasn't paying attention.
Listen to me, Beck. Bring your brain back into the class.
All right,
back
break it
into
up.
the class. So the question is, so Teacher Lowe said, her thing is you gotta have your finances straight and together, right? And with her finances as a woman, now I want to know as a man, do you think, or is it necessary for you to have your finances, your money, your cheddar together?
It is very important, in my opinion, to have your moolah together. If you don't have your moolah together, what are you getting in a relationship for?
Okay, so that
To
goes...
sponge off for somebody else?
Well, I mean...
I wasn't going there, and I don't want the listening audience to think, because I have to clear this up every time I say this, that Lola is a gold digger. I'm not saying that. I'm basically trying to explain that when it comes to love, don't pay the bills.
Thank you.
I mean, I can't put it any more candid than that.
Just say the thing. Say the thing.
So
that's what we're saying.
It's very important that we get our act together so that, when we flick on the lights will come on. And that is very important, because if you have a problem, like some of us,
where's that eye problem? I mean,
well, when you go on Amazon and yeah,
when it's just like when you oil them long in your belly, but you oil them long in your pocket. I feel you. Don't get discouraged. People are on your side. Those who don't have the monies together, we have time. We have time.
No, it's not that, and it's not a case of, okay, you have to reach a certain number, a certain amount. I'm not talking about that. You can have a budget of, let's say, $2,000 a month. You should be able to handle that budget and not hang your hat higher than you can.
All right. I want to try a question here now.
Oh my gosh.
So the question is now, who is more likely to have their finances together? We're going to do the battle of the sexes right now. It's either the woman or the man. And this is before you...
I would say the man too.
The man.
I say women, and I stick with it.
I would say the man.
I say women. What y'all say, men? Come, let's
Because you're making me
inform.
choose. I think they both, but you're making me choose. And if I have to choose, I would say the man.
I'm surprised that you actually chose the men. I'm on the women's side. I think we're more, I can't say weak, a lot of mercy. Go to jail. But I'm just be more conscious, like you say, like, you know, you have the budget of $2,000, like you put out just now. You have the $2,000 budgeted. You could handle that for the whole month before the next paycheck or whatever, or however it goes, or even, you know, you don't even have to depend on the next paycheck type of thing. I think women.
Okay.
We have
So
two men. So I just, in the beginning, I just remember LoLa said she's going to miss Delicious D because her partner in crime is not here. However, she decided to take up my partner. She tends to do that all the time.
You know?
When you see Delicious D is not in the studio, TJ don't you know me, no? Because you the pick up with LoLa. You understand? And I don't appreciate it.
Well,
but
see, I'm doing it this time where most of the time I'm answering first. So it might be the other way around. She's picking up where I am.
Anyways, in this society, is it common for people to have their finances together before they enter in a relationship? Like, let's talk reality now. Because sometimes we're not realistic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like, in this today's society, when you look around, right? Do you think that a lot of the relationships that are happening or going on have their ish together financially? Reality.
If I think about it real hard, no, I don't be in people's business. But from my perspective, I don't think that as a society, many of us have our together.
Okay.
You understand? Whether it is financial, spiritual, list them all. You know, we might not got everything all together.
Right.
Going deeper, many of us, I think, wait late to plan.
Aha. I like that.
And many of us never got teachings from our parents.
Facts. I like that too.
So I'm going to dig it right there.
So you're going to leave it there.
Leave it right there.
LoLa, what you think?
I'm in agreement. However, I feel that I'll take it a little step further because I am a woman. And sometimes when you do have your stuff sorted and because you're done paying your bills, you might end up splurging on things that you do not need.
Facts. I could see that happening.
And then you have those unplanned, you understand? Like those unplanned expenses that just comes in and then you want to kick yourself because
you squandered.
Yes.
You see, when you say unplanned, what you're really saying? Things that we just take up a money and run with?
No.
Like you
when I say
Amazon?
unplanned, I mean like maybe you need 2 new tires. Unplanned.
Oh yeah. That's
you didn't
stupidness.
budget for it.
Yeah, that's
know?
stupidness. It always tends to be either a vehicle or a child. One could do.
Or some medical something.
The one say a
Right,
vehicle or
or
a child. Medical. So it's like you're driving and then you go to know you don't spend all the money that you need to spend. You saving something and then boops. Guess what's going to happen? A noise begins on the vehicle. I mean, you just got to turn up the vehicle, the music some more so you don't hear it. But you still have to maintain the vehicle that you're driving to get you where you need to go. You know, in order to rake in the funds. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I feel what you're saying there. But anywho.
But yeah, so the money definitely is one of the things that we have to get together. Get it together. So that we can, because if you can't balance your finances
Wait, so what are you gonna do when somebody else come on?
When someone else is there, and then that someone else may cause someone else to come.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this, right?
So
Talk to me.
There are many persons out there where have a job. But when you look at the expenses, that income just is not cutting it.
So let me ask you: Is it a fact that it's people tend to put their hat, like Lola said, too far?
Not
In that
necessarily.
case?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It just means that life, whether it is groceries gone up, accommodations gone up, whatever it is, it's just that your income is not sufficient. And sometimes that's why some people have to go into a roommate situation. Some people might have to.
I want a roommate. What?
I'm telling you, that's what happens.
I feel I struggle on my own roommate.
And that is some people might have to substitute in terms of what they eat. Something cheaper. You know, so
Right.
no matter what it is,
Right.
sometimes we have a good job, but the reality is it's just not making enough money.
You see what you just now said there? That tend to lead to the next thing I want to talk about. But we're gonna hold on there. We're gonna stick up in right there. The buying the food stuff and eating cheaper stuff. That means unhealthy. Anyways, so I want to ask. Wanna are you? I can't ask. If I ask Lola, I feel like no Lola answer. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, right? And you later find out, because people don't really share their financial nothing with a new partner. And you later find out that, oh well, them in debt, they ain't doing good. They just don't have their finances together. You leaving or you staying? So me got to ask Lola that. I want to ask TJ. I want to ask TJ.
If I'm leaving or I'm staying.
Are you leaving or are you staying?
Okay, it's according to. Now, what is it that I'm getting out of this relationship?
What you mean?
No, what I'm getting.
What you mean
Because,
what you getting?
Listen, I'm going to say, what am I getting out of the relationship? That will determine whether I stay or I bounce.
Okay, so tell us.
You understand?
Okay, so tell us what you would.
So
what
if
would
I
make
am
you
being
stay?
fulfilled in the relationship, but I recognize.
Drink some water. Listen to me. Push pause there real quick. If you're new to listening and you ever heard a word recognize coming out of TJ's mouth, it means you need to hydrate. All right?
Yes, I got my
take a
water
sip.
ready.
I don't have my water. I never have my water. I don't understand. I need to get my water on this break. But anyways, when that break comes, I'll get my water. But again,
Yeah,
so
like I said,
if you heard a word recognize, take a sip of water. You'll be hydrated. I promise you. Go right ahead.
You know, and I realize that,
Don't switch up on us now, TJ. Don't do that.
that I am being fulfilled in other matters.
Okay.
She doesn't need to provide me financials. She doesn't need to have it all together. Then if I'm getting what I'm there for, I wouldn't mind staying.
So you inherit this debt, right?
See, I will for
And this is what I'm
Lola.
going to say. I have been in relationships where my significant other was in debt. Right? And it wasn't a debt like, for instance, they built a house or nothing like that. Real debt, other debt. And I decided that I would help get them out of the debt.
Did it work out?
No, it did. Where I either use my money, but I'm the kind of person that would say this: if we are together, I am going to be in your business.
In the business.
So if you don't want to let me know what's going on with you financially, we got a problem. But if you're willing and open to let me in to your business, then for sure, at the end of the relationship or somewhere in the relationship, you will be financially stable. Because that's the kind of guy I am going to be.
All right. We got to shout out DJ Wiz. Good night. He's tuned in tonight.
Definitely.
Good night, DJ Wiz.
Good night.
It's
Good night.
nice. Okay, so he has a thing. Okay, a message. It says you inherit your partner's problems if you are in a relationship.
You do.
So yeah.
So I hear TJ, but I
You disagreeing?
Yeah.
I know.
but I'm disagreeing only because I don't know. My thing about it is I believe in giving people chances. Yes, I believe in giving people chances.
When it comes to finance?
Listen, some people might need a little bit of help. Okay? So if we come up with a system, TJ, if we come up with a system and I notice you're still reverting back to your old ways, then you're not willing to improve. And then I will inherit, as I said. It's like, to me, red flag.
So that means you leave in?
Yeah, I think
okay, so LoLa leave in.
Red flag.
Me? I think I leave. I think I did that already. I'll leave. I have patience. I more think my patience will probably based off of naiveness, like being naive, honestly. Because like, it's going to get better because Lola just said, well, you know,
we believe in
you
giving
give
people
a chance.
Give them a chance.
You know, right. But then you keep reverting back. Like, we keep having the same conversations over and over. So therefore, I agree. I eventually will leave.
Well, I can say that. I too agree.
Oh, okay. Man, we can't be, don't agree with me.
No.
So we have a message, right? The message says, but if it's not serious, make it a contractual agreement that when we done, pay me back.
Okay, wait. Hold on.
Ditto.
Wait, let me go again. It says, so if we're not serious, if it's not a serious relationship, make it a contractual agreement that when we break up, when we done, we break and have this relationship, you need to pay me back my money.
Hold on.
That's what the person's saying.
So I want to understand. So I'm with TJ, right? And TJ has a money problem, and I'm gonna pay off TJ's debt.
Well, if you're spending
Basically.
money, right?
But when
I
we
don't
done,
think
I gotta
that,
give you back the
right.
So I have to. Okay, so I'm in a relationship. It's a serious relationship.
No man, the person say if it's not serious. If it's not serious.
Okay.
Sign
But
on the dotted line.
but even if it is a serious relationship,
Still put a contract.
I have to pay off TJ debt.
Well, I mean, if you could afford to, you want to. If you want to, I think it's a personal choice because some persons will be like, you know what, you're gonna work on that on your own. Some people gonna be like, we're gonna work on it together and not just mainly me. But if you up there and you got a coin to share like that, you know, you could just write up a little thing and say, listen, you're to pay me back in increments of such and such over a period of time. I could get back my money.
Sound like a loan shark.
I'm
not 100% sure I'm okay with this. The number to call is
listen. Hello.
284.
Hello.
544
6677. Okay.
Because I
agree with it. The text ahead, the message in person.
Yeah, but people
like,
listen.
Sign the dotted line.
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
It's a yes. It's like a business agreement. If we part, send back my paper bigs.
Yes, I understand.
That's what's up.
No, hold on.
That's what's up.
I understand, right? But if this person has money problems, how they gonna pay you back?
So
no, but I just try and keep it real. That's why to me that thing is nothing. That signature means nothing.
We're gonna have to work like what? We're gonna have to work the code. No, when you're paying child support, right? You have to take out a certain amount of your money. So we're gonna have to do that. Like you have to pay me an increment from this paycheck here.
Listen.
Every time you get paid, we saying that line agreement.
And also, if they know, and I'm not picking on a gender, if the person knows that you have it like that in the back of their mind, they're not gonna pay you back because you have it like that.
Foreclosure and repossession. The person message and say foreclosure, repossession. So therefore, they'll take back.
From my perspective,
it's like a bad break. We take back everything.
From my perspective, once I give you something,
we go in court.
I ain't going. I don't want nothing.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
want
yours.
nothing. There's no strings
And they'll
attached.
see it
I
as
don't
a
want
gift.
nothing.
It's yours.
All I gonna want is to leave. That's all.
Well, then just pay my debt. How about that? Pay my debt and we could done.
Who you
544.
See, that's why I thought. That's why I thought. Like, pay my debt and then we could done. Like, when you done pay my stuff,
I
and you
don't-
telling me You telling me that it's a gift? What?
No, I
Jesus
think-
saves cause.
No.
Hallelujah.
I think you should get your together before you go into such relationships, because I'm telling you, that's a deal breaker.
Listen.
You have another message?
The message say loans and gifts are two different things. So you loaning or you gifting? No, Lola says she gifting, so therefore.
No, I'm
so
saying
therefore no money payment is required. So just
I learned a long time ago, if you're going to give out money to somebody, and I'm saying give out, be prepared that you may not get it back.
Facts.
Okay.
So if you cannot afford to do without the money, do not lend it out.
Correct. I always tell people the same thing. Go to the bank.
don't mind the knives. Let your partner pay your debt. Your hair?
No.
Let your partner pay your debt, and then they're gonna say it's a gift. I promise you. HenneCee says so. Anyways, I'm gonna hit your scenario before we're gonna break. It is
Go ahead.
7:34 p.m. and I want to hear y'all commentary after the break though. Here goes the scenario.
So you give us a scenario to whet our appetite?
Yes, we're doing that. Once some people not looking love, they looking help. Facts.
Oh my.
Facts. Some people looking help, not the love. But anyway, ways, like I say, let them
I agree to that.
let them pay your debt, friends. Let them pay your debt. Tell them HenneCee says so. Anyway, scenario. We have Troy, male, 26, dates Simone, female, 24, and they have been exclusively dating for 1 year. Simone doesn't know anything about Troy's finances specifically, but she does know that Troy has his own car, or so she may assume. All right? He lives on his own and has been paying for dates, trips, along with buying very lavish gifts for the course of the year of the relationship, of course, right?
A whole year gambling.
Yeah.
Back money?
What Simone doesn't know is that Troy is in debt.
Debt.
Okay? What is debt?
Debt.
But I said debt.
You said death.
Sorry. Asterisk debt.
There you go.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so she doesn't know that Troy is in debt. Good. Because he has been using his credit cards. By the way, Troy has 6 credit cards that he has not been paying off. And that he's actually renting the car he drives. And has been living with his parents. But whenever Simone wants to come over, he takes her to a condo which is owned by his parents.
Run.
Okay, so Troy and Simone are looking into buying a home together because they want to get married in the near future, right? But Troy has been trying to avoid the bank meetings with Simone because he doesn't want her to find out how deep in debt he is. No, do you think Simone would stay if she finds out about Troy?
Dum dum dum.
Listen to me. If you want to hit us up, call us at 284-544-6677. We going to go on a break. We going to come back. Let your girl know. Let your lovely crew know what you think Simone should do in this case if she find out. Right? we about to hit in a little tune here. Who the tune is? Alicia? I choose?
I choose you.
I choose you, okay? So, keep it locked to those on the live. We'll be back.
We'll be right back.
Of course. Anyway, sip your water, all right? We'll be back.
You're locked into the Love Link Show with LoLa and HenneCee on the Signal 284.com.
And
Yes,
we're back. We're back.
Simone.
Listen.
Simone. Do not sing that song. We were just playing Simone.
Listen, if you just tune in, I read a scenario before we went on break to figure out, I guess I might have to read it again. To figure out what it is Simone should do with Troy. So let me go again, right? This is your girl.
You go again.
Before I go again, it's Love Link Sunday, and this is your girl HenneCee alongside
LoLa.
T to the E to the J.
Listen, yo. It is an interesting topic tonight. We're talking about getting your ish together before you get into a serious relationship. We're talking about money wise now, and you know, LoLa is on the thing that you know she should have her monies together as a woman before she get in. TJ said but TJ and HenneCee kind of agree. We don't need to have the monies together just yet. But we on the way there, and it's okay, right? TJ?
Right.
Okay, don't TJ. I ain't tell you supposed to give me water. Still didn't give me water. Bye, poor Tina. Anyways, so if you're just now tuning in to the Signal 284, to the Love Link show, understand? A weekly Love Link show, we have a scenario here. Mm-hmm. Let me read it again real quick because I don't get an answer for this question here in the messages, right?
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I don't get an answer already. So the scenario is really quick. So Troy, male 26, dates Simone, female 24, and they have been exclusively dating for 1 year. Simone doesn't know anything about Troy's finances specifically, but she knows that Troy has his own car, or so she assumes. He lives on his own and has been paying for their dates, trips, along with buying her very lavish gifts for the course of their 1 year relationship, right? What Simone doesn't know is that Troy is in debt because he has been using his credit cards for the entire 1 year. Side note, Troy has 6 credit cards that he has not been paying off. All right? And he actually rents the car that he drives, and he lives with his parents. But whenever Simone wants to come over, you know, he goes to the condo his parents own and act as though he lives right there. All right? So now, Troy and Simone are looking into buying a home together because they want to get married in the near future. But Troy has been trying to avoid the bank meetings with Simone because he doesn't want her to find out how deep in debt he is. Do you think Simone would stay with Troy if she finds out what's actually going on? Let me know. Let us know. The number to call is 284 544-667.
Y'all don't know my answer. Y'all don't know my answer.
Listen, run.
You don't know my answer.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I'm so sorry to say it.
The person messaged and said, I am hopping off the boat in that scenario. So I don't really think Simone was still with her man. Does she love her man enough to make it know her, babe? Why didn't just tell me from before? We could have walked it out and walk it through and walk it together and figure stuff out. No?
Listen, what he name it? John?
His name is Troy.
Man, Troy lying to Simone all the time.
That's what I'm saying. I think that it's deeper than just the money for me. It's deeper than the money.
Troy got some issues.
Yeah, he's a pathological liar.
And finance ain't have the issues. Troy got some serious issues.
I cannot. And he's very pretentious. Like he's making things. No. So it's not just the money for me. I think it's a red flag.
I think Simone gonna stay with her boo. Okay? True. This person, the message says
Catch your breath.
Quick and fast. They both jump off this whole boat.
No, I was gone, but I was probably gone from before. Because it just, to me, the relationship sounds like you know what way to call that thing, like catfish. It sounds very
Catfishy?
Yeah, like it doesn't exist.
But see, Troy loves Simone, and Simone loves Troy.
But Troy does not love Simone.
Troy doesn't love Simone?
No.
So y'all don't think Troy loves Simone?
No, Troy does not love Simone.
So nobody think that Simone will stay with Troy throughout all this. Oh, well, hold on.
We have a caller?
No, we don't.
Oh.
Listen.
I do not think that Simone should stay with Troy.
Okay, so the
I am so sorry, right? But even as a man, I can't even say defend Troy. You see me? Because at some point, no, every man wants to impress a woman. We know that. So you're going to do some stuff in life, yes, to impress a girl. But with the scenario, we are about to buy a house together because we want to get married. Nah.
That's a red flag.
I wouldn't expect Simone to stay with me if I were in Troy's position.
Listen, I have a message. A message says it's a representative and that Troy is a salesman.
What? No.
Listen, I have to read this message
scatter.
because I think we had this message from before. The message says, sometimes they get introduced to the representative and not the real person. Some do anything to get in and won't do the same to maintain the relationship. So then that was a message from before when we were discussing about the finances and stuff like that, because we're still there. But okay, so let's go around the room real quick before we move on. So Lola, you say Simone needs to
jump off.
Simone need to run.
I believe Simone gonna stay with her boo. I think Simone gonna stay with her boo. She gonna be, babe, you can just tell me. She gonna be pissed off, you know. She gonna be mad. She's gonna be hella upset. But she gonna be like, you know what, babe,
Yeah,
you know.
but she would get over
Sex
it.
credit cards.
It's only 1 year. She'll be okay.
Simone gonna stay with her boo. She gonna be like,
And she
She'll
should
be all
not
right.
stay with her boo.
listen, you hear? Troy been winning and dining her, you know, kind of on trips, giving her lavish gifts. She gonna be like, she gonna stay. I think she gonna stay. If you think I talking about, if you think HenneCee is talking about Wakataka, right?
I gonna call.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now on the phone. I ain't care if they got feedback. You're talking.
Don't call me. 284-544-6677. All right? Anyways, okay, so no, getting your issue together now. Finances we just spoke about. I thinking, what about the physical looks? Like, I don't know, does the physical looks play a part along with it?
Getting your stuff together?
Yeah, like getting your issue together before you get in a relationship. Do you need to be fit, exercising, eating right, stuff like that? Like, do you need to, not be drinking alcohol, not smoking, all stuff like that? Like, those are.
Breathe.
TJ.
Breathe, TJ.
TJ,
Let it out.
You just suck in your stomach?
I sure did.
TJ, did you just suck in your stomach?
I sure did.
Well, son. We have a message. The message says she gonna help pay back. Seems like it was an investment. Oh geez, Lord, they gonna come up off of Simone now. Simone love try. Okay, I'll stop there. Simone love a try. Anyways, would you date somebody that's fat and out of shape? And yes, I said fat. Disclaimer. Okay, don't come for me. It's just. It seems to be a very discriminative word.
Yes. I think
Right.
my answer to that would be yes. But I will not date
Wait,
somebody.
what your answer is? Wait, what? I didn't see that one coming.
Wait,
I didn't see that one coming.
what you say your answer is lol? Teacher lol, what you say your answer is?
You said fat, right?
Yes.
Why would I say no to that?
We just know. TJ just wanted to answer your question again. Would you date somebody that a woman or a man? The question is thrown out there. A woman or a man, not you. So a man for you. Generally, the question is, would you date a man or a woman that is fat? I train on everything.
Yes.
Okay, TJ.
Okay. Yes.
Lola, just say yes.
Lola,
Yes.
please.
Okay.
Lola,
Yes.
please give me a response as to why. Why would
Okay,
you?
so the reason I say why, and I'll be completely honest, I can't be two-faced.
But I mean,
I would want somebody to date me.
so not suppose I open my mouth and say, why want to say 8 times out dated someone that's heavy set? I mean, don't get me wrong, I have dated heavy set people before heavy set men. However,
I can't be two-faced, honey.
but it can't be me. It can't be 2 potatoes in a bed. Like my belly big and your belly big. We can't do that. Come on.
I'm getting a visual.
Like my belly big, your belly big. How we gonna do that?
I've
From the back.
actually... Lord have mercy.
That too.
I have actually seen some really nicely dressed. It's how you carry yourself, because you can be thin and still not have the hygiene that I prefer.
Okay. TJ.
Okay, straight off the bat, it's a yes for me. Simply because growing up, listen, the most comfortable to lie down with. You're if there's cold, you're warm. It is just love.
All right.
I'm being attacked.
Love.
People are telling me to shut up.
So we have a message. A message says the heart and love is bigger than physical features.
Yeah, sure bet.
Love is love. They say thick is sexy too. Of course.
Listen.
I'm a thicker.
I watched this movie growing
Hello?
up. The Fat Girls.
Fat girls. That's
Listen,
PHAT.
I tell you with Monique and them.
GIRLZ. Fat
I was
girls. My
I was
favorite
like,
movie.
Yeah. I could deal with that.
Thick madams.
I could deal with that.
Thick madams. All right.
I don't think you should be obese and overweight though, because I saw some 300 pound. What the show?
My 600 pound life.
Yes, my 600 pound
I
life.
want you to push
Yes.
bars. I want you to push bars, right? I want you to realize that everybody in my 600 pound life has a mate, a man or a woman.
You notice that, right?
Yes.
They're all married.
Yes. or they're dating.
And they have they're like 600 pounds. I'm like, there's hope for me.
You know what? So, anyways, a lot of them don't have heavy set spouses as well. So because you can't have two big belly rolling into one bed. You're gonna have to get a bigger bed. I'm just saying. I'm not
King?
No. One in California. Yeah. I'm just saying.
But no, real talk though. Like real talk. I think it has to do with how you carry yourself. It's how you present yourself to the world. So for me, it has nothing to do with your size. It has to do with,
your self-esteem, your confidence. Yeah.
You gotta come across.
It's how you carry yourself.
Okay, all right. Hold on there. The message says, okay then, someone for everyone. Understandable. Okay, push. I want both of us to stick a pin right there, right? Don't come for me. Because now we say, I don't mind dating somebody with some meat, because I don't, I like meat. You know what I'm saying? I said the
meat in the right
bag.
place, though.
Meats in all the right places. Yes, Lord. So yeah. Would
We know what you're thinking about when you talk about meat.
wood. Okay, so weight, a specific weight, would that be a problem? Would it bother you in the relationship?
You with all these W's, wood and weight.
This person here killing himself, and I swear to you, this message, you're killing himself.
Well,
Talk to me.
but ain't the same thing.
Wait, what the question is?
If the weight gonna bother you, no, the looks, looks. You could look sloppy like you say, but then is the weight, the particular number on the scale, would it bother you? Cause a man could look like he not 350 pounds. Because they have those that have the muscles, you know, them build bodybuilders, you know.
The weight itself,
It doesn't matter. It don't matter overall.
it doesn't bother me.
All right. So here now, scenario.
Oh boy.
All right. So you have to pay attention and follow me carefully, please.
Okay.
Okay? Carefully. So we have Trina Smith, female.
A whole Smith. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Trina Smith, female, 30, who has been single for 2 years and have decided that she needed to put herself back out in the dating scene. So ever since she re-entered the dating scene, she has tried meeting men the natural way, by going out to the hardware stores, the little upscale bars. Yeah, you have to go out.
Hardware stores, but go ahead.
That's where the men's are.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, you're going.
She's shopping for hardware, you understand?
The wood?
The hardware, the wood. But anywho's, I apologize. Let's go. Right to the hardware store, the upscale bars, even to the gym, but nothing. She ain't meeting nobody. Naturally, they ain't coming up to her. She ain't going to them, of course. Because, she been off the scene for a good 2 years. Okay, so after some time, she decided, let she go onto the dating apps, dating sites and stuff like that, right? So, she met Diego John.
A whole Diego.
Diego, male 34, and he only has pictures of his chest go up. He doesn't have full bodies on this app, right? But Trina and Diego kind of match, and they've been talking for about a good 3 weeks. And Diego finally asked Trina to go out. All right, stick with me. No, so for context, Trina's preference in men are tall, caramel skin, handsome, fit, not necessarily athletic, right? But she doesn't like a man with a big pouch, a big tummy. She don't like that. But Diego is caramel colored and he's handsome. And all she is seeing is from the chest go up. Remember, right? So Trina has been enjoying the conversations and the vibe from Diego. However, once they met for the date, Trina saw that Diego is much bigger on the lower part than his face portrayed on this app, right? Mind you, he's looking good, he's handsome, smelling good, but the stomach and the legs a bit more bigger than she had thought. What does she do?
You mean what she should do?
Yes, what should she
should continue to date him.
Hello, she should.
Okay.
She should continue to date him.
Okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with some free food.
Oh.
But it's not even about that, because to me, listen, just like how I was saying for the first scenario, love don't pay the bills. In this situation, if you haven't been in a relationship for a while and you're finally seeing somebody who you connect with, I'm so sorry. Physical has to take a step back.
All right.
Physical should take a step back.
I feel like people are going to come for me, but here I know. I mean, Diego, you sexy. You 34, you handsome, and she got all your stuff together. But friend, I had to see that belly from before, because if that belly bigger than what I want to accept, then therefore, deuces. So, the person said, listen, one thing working, once things working and it's good, why fight it? Size only matter if.
But you can work on it together.
What's that?
If you, like the size.
But hold
because
on.
I can't, that's what I'm saying. For me, I can't be hypocritical or two-faced because somebody might have a problem with my size.
Anyways.
But they're just dating.
Right.
They're just getting to know each other.
So they're just getting to know each other.
Long type relationship.
Right.
They're dating. So she has the ability to date whomever, and he has the ability to date whomever. They're just getting to know each other.
Right.
So if there are things, even though she's off of the scene for 2 years, and there are certain things that she likes to see in an individual, you understand? If physical attraction is what pulls her, then, she has to work that out. And there are some people where they will forego the guy who got it together just in the one thing that he doesn't have together totally. Some people will
Agreed.
do that.
Good job, TJ.
You know, but
I agree with TJ.
you know,
it's
but at the end of the
true.
day,
You
at
have
the
to
end of the
weigh
day,
the scales.
you. It's not like she's desperate for a relationship.
You don't know.
But 2 years is a long time.
Anyways,
Nah, man.
we have a message that
2 years
says,
ain't long.
I agree with Lola. Get to know the individuals. So get to know the person is what you're saying.
Thank you. I was wondering where you people were. Thank you so much.
Mental stimulation is as if... I go into the messages, sorry. Mental stimulation is as important as physical. So if the individual meet the requirements, give it a try.
She just dismissed me.
Yeah, give it a try.
But yes, I think you should give it a try. Henny.
Trina ain't feel like you know buy no try.
But she should.
Anyway,
Trina ain't giving no buy no try.
so we are now top of the hour. It's now 8 p.m. in the beautiful Virgin Islands.
Other one.
What song we got here coming on now?
You trying go on a break?
It's 8 o'clock.
Why I trying? Why I really saying? Okay, so before we go on this break, let me know. So Lola says Trina should get to know Diego.
Yes.
Okay, so TJ, you saying Trina should get to know Diego too, or just leave?
If that isn't what she wants, she can leave.
All right, I agree. So Trina ain't want no big belly man, even though he cute and handsome. Trina finna leave. I think Trina going to leave. That's just what I think.
Okay.
The person said, take him to the gym and train him.
That's what he's saying. I wouldn't just give up on him because of that.
Oh, goodness. Listen,
That's a that.
let
Nah,
us
man.
know if we're talking about Rakataka. Let's hit us up at
That's only the first date.
284-544-66. It's a first date.
It's a first date.
6677. That's what I'm saying.
That's gonna be disrespectful to the man.
So Trina she have a choice. Okay, so the person said if it's not what she wants, then run. There you go. Trina don't want a big belly man, so she and Diego ain't gonna be talking after this first date. She gonna be like, oh, he cute and smell good and all, but I don't want. Next.
I don't want no.
So let me understand. So you're saying that people need to get their weight together before they start to date?
No.
No.
That was a question.
I want to hear what
From me?
you have to say because that's how you're making it seem like you can't have.
Well,
Because if you knew this, if you were privy to this, would you have ended the back and forth conversation?
what are you talking about? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis?
So that's a yes.
You don't have to have your weight together, okay? Because I'm nicely plushed. But I'm just saying, some people out there might think that you should be a certain weight before they could date you. Because they have women out there who were plushed at one point and nobody wasn't looking in their direction. The minute them shed the weight and look more glorious to them, it's like, the angel. You look so beautiful. Us. Where have you been? Friend, I've been here all my life. What do you mean?
You know what it reminds me of? The Tyler Perry movie where Jill Scott lost all of that weight.
Yes.
And then her husband
She
comes back.
She glow up.
And says,
She glow up.
Taka.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the guy, see what he did? He helped work out with her.
Yeah, because he saw her potential. But listen, we ain't talking about a relationship. We're talking about we just dating the first date.
But they were just dating?
You could run. No, this was the first date. That guy and Tyler Perry had like her from a while.
Right.
Oh, okay.
They had like each other. Okay? So we both take a break. We both listen to some Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care how you look, baby.
Keep it locked to the Signal 284 with your lovely crew. We'll be right back with the remainder of the topic, guys. Yo!
We're back.
We're back. This is your love. Lola, don't mind how you look. She mind your weight. We're going to talk a little bit more about how the people are going to look in about. Give me a second. This is your Love Link show. Your Love Link crew here on the Signal 284. This is your girl HenneCee alongside
Lola.
Alongside
T to the E to the J.
Alongside.
Turn down the...
Oh, turn it on.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, wait, crickets, wait, hold on. Because guess who missing?
Des. Delicious D.
Delicious D, you're missing. See, you were supposed to finish my alongside. But anyway, which ways, we miss you. Hope you do get better as well. Feel better. We are talking about getting your ish together before you get into a serious relationship. We mentioned about finances. We're talking about your physical appearance. We just spoke about weight. And we spoke about Trina and Diego. So we know Trina finna leave. She ain't gonna go on a date with Diego again. It's okay. Oh, jeez.
We have a caller.
We do have a caller. Good night, you're on Love Link.
Love Link crew. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
What are you saying?
Be safe for going on with you.
I don't need rescuing
Hey,
tonight,
listen
but
to you. I ain't hearing too much of Wakataka.
Okay.
But I got my little 2 cents.
Talk to us.
There is no person out there who's going to have all of their stuff together. Whether it be looks, hygiene, finances, attitude, what have you. Whatever the list of stuff is. Ain't nobody going to have them all together. So you as a person have to find somebody who their setbacks are ones that you can deal with.
correct.
Moving forward.
All right.
And every setback that one has, every drawback, with most people, once they're willing, it's stuff you can work with and work through and get better. Some people ain't gonna never get perfect. Well, nobody ain't gonna never get perfect, but some people that might never get that situation to your level, but they can get it a little bit better. But it's like I always say, as an individual, there's none of us out there who likes or can deal with even everything about ourselves. So who is another person? You know, I always have stuff you don't have to deal with. You just got to find stuff that ain't going to drive you crazy.
Got you. I heard it already. You have to be able to cope with it, I guess, per se.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's my little 2 cents.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We
Thank
appreciate you every
you.
time.
But
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say that I find that we are hardest on ourselves, especially like at the beginning of the year when we have these resolutions, because we know we want to do this and we set these goals and we get caught up in all of that. And it makes us feel as though we don't have our together, and we're not looking out for the right thing. But
Right.
I just want, Lenny kind of summed up how I would have ended the show, but I would interject that now and basically say that nobody's perfect.
Nope.
And we need to learn to be patient with ourselves, and we should be patient with other people as they try to get theirs together. Except the money.
I about to say, ooh, I was coming for you. Anyways, we're talking about physical appearance. We spoke about weight real briefly. So I want to talk about, what's the kind of things, Lola, you mentioned, I want to say what you mentioned. You mentioned that physical could take a step back. Like, you could talk to the person. If the vibe is right, they don't have to.
It's about how, listen, when you were younger.
What about the hygiene and stuff?
When you were younger, those things mattered.
Well, that's true.
But
Chemistry.
then you found out that when you actually speak to the person, when they open their mouth, they become unattractive.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
don't really fall for that
Okay.
anymore. You understand?
Okay.
So you have to have that connection with the person. And if I have that connection with the person, and we like that, a lot of things can be like that.
Ooh. So I'm going to go around the
Understand.
room. I'm going to ask a question. So, does physical appearance take preference for you in relationships? Go, Lola.
preference?
Yes.
No.
TJ.
It means something for me. Physical, yeah.
Talk to us.
Yeah.
It does? Okay, for me,
I'm attracted to what I see.
I am getting
Facts.
roasted here.
no facts. I think you got to look appealing. You know what I'm saying?
Henny, I'll say
Yeah?
this. If you're going to get me an
I'm talking-
attraction,
wait, hold on.
but you mightn't keep me
Okay,
if you
got you.
open your mouth.
Got you.
Hold on. I need to make sure I understand the question properly,
no.
Your Honor.
No, take it. No back.
Wait.
What the kids said? No backsies. No take backs. No backsies.
I need to understand,
Go ahead.
Your Honor.
Go ahead.
So when you say the physical, what they born with,
Yeah,
or
the-
how they carry themselves?
How they carry themselves.
well,
how,
that's different.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the hygiene, the smellings,
Of
the
course,
dressing.
that matters to me.
You know, stuff
But
like
I'm
that.
talking about what they can't change.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm not going to be unattracted to you because you have a big nose, or because you
Pause.
have.
Well, I might
Press pause.
I might pause.
Those are things that people still can't change. They got something called plastic surgery.
Surgery.
No, but I'm just saying that wouldn't be a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
Got you.
But what would be a deal breaker for me is if you are nasty.
Okay, so if you don't take care of your hygiene,
Correct.
so if you're brushing your teeth, you're embedding your skin, you're dressing sloppily, stuff like that. That's
I
a
love
turn
to
off.
see a man well dressed. Yes.
Yeah, man. From the inception of the show, she like to see the belt and the shoes match.
Yes, definitely.
Listen, I love
They
it too.
gotta come together.
I love
Come together.
perfect response. I'm telling
If
you.
nothing else, Henny
telling
listens.
you. Listen to me.
Okay,
I listen. Well,
Teeth.
for the men, do you pay attention to like the fingernails, the acrylics, the toes polished, the weave or
makeup.
no weave, the makeup,
Hold on.
natural, not natural? Talk to me.
So for me,
Uh-huh.
I want to see you without all of that.
Ooh.
If I see you with, let me appreciate you without the fingernail, because again, I need to know the true you. A lot of us put on makeup because we are not pleased with ourselves, not to highlight.
You talking
I was
about-
attacked. I was attacked when I made that statement on a previous show,
You talking about
where
me?
the caller said that most women don't do it for others; they do it for themselves.
And that's fine.
lies and deception.
That's fine. It's just that when it comes to me,
Women are going to lie.
and I think when it comes to most of us as men, some of us want the woman to look good, to got the nails, to got the hair.
Uh-huh.
But when all of that bad boy come off, we
That's
still
what-
want to know that you look good.
So that's what you prefer, natural stuff.
I want to see a natural beauty.
But you got to be clean.
Yeah, of course.
All right, got you. So I mean, yeah, I love a nice smelling man. Like I love a nicely dressed man. You don't have to be the pretty boy type. Kind of when you watch a pretty boy, he looks ugly eventually. Like you watch it long enough to know he looks real ugly. So then that's a turn off. So you don't have to be one of them pretty boys. Just be somebody I'm attracted to. Having a conversation with you. You build up that attraction, that compatibility, the chemistry ain't important in we old age. I'm just saying.
So Henny,
That is so wrong.
Henny.
Say.
Henny, I'm gonna say this too.
Uh-huh.
You could look good.
Uh-huh.
You and I could have a good conversation.
Uh-huh.
But if you can't hold your liquor, we got a problem.
Man, don't stop talking about me like that.
So,
Don't do
I
that.
thought-
The topic.
gee,
hold on. The topic for tonight is
Getting your ish together.
together, right?
Right.
So I can take it even further than the alcohol. What happens if you go over to their house and them house is helter-skelter?
First of all, you ain't nobody supposed to let somebody in them house.
so
It
in
is
my
a hot
view-
mess.
In my view, cleanliness is next to godliness.
That ain't in the Bible, though. Just so y'all know it's not in the Bible.
No.
Okay, go great.
But it all speaks to our parents as well. You understand? And what you show me lets me know who you really are.
Now, I'm going to stop you here now, TJ, because, guys, I've actually had a conversation with a male friend of mine who says that he does a check.
He doesn't check on her.
Tell me the secret
He
quick.
does a check.
Uh-huh.
So he says he would intentionally come over by her house
Uh-huh.
and he would say he wants to use the bathroom, even though he does not want to use the bathroom, just to see if the top clean.
My mother want me about people like that. My mother
Just to
always
see if the
want
top
people like
clean.
that.
And he said he has been in situations many, many times where he came up with an excuse, he had to leave.
Oh,
Because
wow.
he feels that if she ain't a whole act together, she's not a clean person. Deuces.
I really think that's unfair. I think it's really unfair to judge a woman that had. But any which ways.
So I dated a girl.
Uh-huh.
At some point, I went to her house.
Uh-huh.
And I was in love. I went to her bathroom. I saw, well, it was not the way it was supposed to be. How I like to see the bathroom because for me, as a man, I mean, the bathroom is my throne. I'm just saying.
Well, not everybody throne. We spend a lot of time in there, especially on TikTok. When we're just moving on. Mm-hmm.
But and then I ended up cleaning her bathroom when she was out the house.
Oh.
And I clean the house.
Bless
clean
your
dishes,
heart.
clean everything.
Uh-huh.
You know she was offended when she got home. Literally offended. Literally.
Friend ain't do good enough. I'm gonna tell you what.
Hand me my backside.
Let me tell you, right? I'd have been so appreciative. I'm like, listen to me, babe. You don't even know. What? Hang from the ceilings. On my eyelashes.
I don't think
What you mean?
I don't think she was offended. She was probably shamed.
Probably.
And that
Probably.
it came across,
Yeah, probably.
like offense.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was offense.
I honestly don't think it's fair for women to be judged that hard. Because life happens. Things going on. Sure, if
If
they
you're
clean,
living
if
by
they bed them
yourself,
top.
If you are living by
If you living by yourself,
yourself,
even worse because you have nobody to prove it to. You clean it whenever you want to clean it.
no. If it's just me, I could wipe down after I bathe. It's just me.
Some people don't do that.
I want
I
you
agree
to
with you.
be realistic out here.
I am being realistic.
Nobody, don't say nobody. Ain't everybody have the time to wipe down. My mom used to do that, you know. She should show me that, you know. But ain't everybody have the time to wipe down.
That was my
when you
friend's-
live alone.
Hold on. That was my friend's tests.
Uh-huh.
Right? But what happens when you overnight?
Uh-huh.
And this is another thing that he said. She had passed the top test, right? But then she passed the lights off test.
What do you mean by
What I
that?
mean, the cockroaches?
Yes.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Listen.
She ain't got her
Sis?
shit together,
Just kill the
man.
roach.
Thank you, TJ.
Just kill the roach.
These things happen. It depends on where
Listen,
it depends
I
on
am
your
the kind of
environment,
guy, Henny.
where you live. You know?
You know exactly. But I'm the kind of guy like this. Listen, I can't get on you because you're top dirty. You might say, okay, well, if I question you about it, you might hit me a hard slap. But you might also tell me, listen, it's not my cleaning day. My cleaning day is
so
Wednesday versus Sunday.
I think it was a little premature that he just exited after
Right,
that.
right.
But what happens if it was a continuous something now?
That's a difference there. That's a difference.
Okay.
A continuous is a difference. You understand? And then sometimes when somebody come over by you, you clean up real quick.
I just think you need to get your shit together.
Anyways, that's a part of getting your ish together, get your parents together,
Get
your looks
everything,
together,
your whole
dress
appearance.
nice, bathe your skin, bathe your skin with soap and a washcloth.
So Henny, does someone smoking turn you off?
We're getting there. Smoking is not a problem for me. But if you have to smoke 10 times in a day, what are we talking? What's going on there? If you have to smoke to get your wood to stand, we have a problem.
What the what?
These things happen. I'm just saying. So,
Different name from Love Muscle.
we're still on getting, when we talking woods all night, wood, W-O-U-L-D, wood. So, we're talking about getting your ish together, and a part of getting your ish together too is what about your mentals? Like, we talk about your finances, we spoke about the physical stuff, but what about your mental health? Is that important?
definitely.
Is that important? Does your mental health
Yes.
have anything to do with being in a relationship? Like, does it, does it play a
Yes.
part?
Yes, it does.
So it's important.
Yes.
Okay, all right, good. So do you let the person that you're with, being serious with, if they have a mental problem, they don't have that path of their stuff together before y'all get serious? Are you leaving? Or are you staying? Or are you giving an ultimatum? What are you doing? Like, they don't have their mentals just... I have a scenario, you know. I have a scenario for that same thing there.
Mental.
I have a scenario for that. We go answer the question in one scenario.
I can answer the question.
Go ahead.
When you say mental health, because mental health is very important, right? Now, if that person is diagnosed with a mental disease, right?
No, they ain't gone there yet, TJ. Gone too fast.
Okay.
They ain't gone to get. They're not. So
I
no,
think-
they're not. They're not aware, or even if they're aware,
Even
they
if they
haven't
are
gone to get things sorted out. You know. So my thing is, would you stay?
It depends. I can't answer that wholesale.
Okay.
It depends because some people might have a lot of trauma and baggage that they bring into the relationship that they need more than just me to basically get over this.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't know. It depends. It really and truly depends. Again, another
Okay.
Tyler Perry movie.
Facts. Tyler Perry is the man.
Another Tyler Perry movie.
We have a message real
Okay,
quick. It said,
go ahead.
if you have to drink or smoke before we make love, red flag.
All right.
Yeah.
And it have men. I have to speak for me as a woman. They have men out there who like that, and it's horrible. Anyways, so we on mental health and stuff. I have a quick little scenario, really quick. Let me hear what we gonna say. Let me see who we have now. We have
Oh Lord.
Chris, male, 40, and
So
Shan.
how come Chris don't have a last name this time?
I only have Trina name, a last name. Trina and Diego. Only they have last names tonight. We're gonna take off all the other names tonight, right? So we have Chris, male 40, and Shan, female 36, have been non-exclusively dating for 6 months. Chris has asked Shan to be exclusive. However, over the course of the 6 months, Chris has had a tendency of taking out his frustration on Shan whenever he gets overwhelmed about life, whether it's work, family, friends. You just know
Sorry.
Yan?
I'm so sorry.
I thought you were coming for me just now. You yawn at my scenario?
Sorry.
I appreciate that. Anyways, Shan and Chris have had several disagreements about Chris having his meltdowns and taking out his frustration on Shan, right? And Shan hates the fact that Chris doesn't open up about the things that bother him. Any which ways, apart from that, Chris is a gentleman. Do you think Chris is ready to be in a serious relationship? Should Shan accept his request to be exclusive? Or should Shan give him an ultimatum in terms of his mentals?
This is another Tyler Perry movie, by the way. I'm just putting that out there. I think she should run.
I think she
TJ,
should.
say something with some sense.
No. I really think, I don't believe she should give him an ultimatum.
Okay.
But I think she should, they should walk these things out.
Walk what? Wait. So are you saying indirectly that he's physical?
No, he's not physical. But he's
Oh.
just like he doesn't know how to control his anger, his emotions. So he just, whenever he's overwhelmed and frustrated, Shan gets it.
Gets it how? So that's what I thought.
verbally.
Well, okay, I thought he was being physical.
He's not being physical abusive, people. Let me clear that up. Thanks, Laura, for pointing that out. Chris is not being physically abusive, but he is being yes, verbally, he vomits it out on Shan. Should she accept his request to be exclusive, or should she run like Lola said?
She shouldn't accept his request to be exclusive. However, that is displaced emotion, displaced anguish.
Right.
So if Shan is patient, right, and recognize what I just now
Drink
said.
some water. Again, if you're just now tuning in, and every time you hear TJ say recognize, please take a sip of your water. I promise you, you'll be hydrated. Sorry, go ahead, TJ.
You know, once she understands this is beyond him, you know, and
Right.
provides that level of assistance or help,
Right.
then she can work it out with him.
So they're not ultimatum. Get fixed, or we're not being exclusive.
Nah. Do like me.
What you do?
Walk it out
No.
and somehow get back into the friend zone. If things can't improve.
No, I think I would leave.
Okay, so Lola said she would leave.
Yeah, my answer stays the same.
TJ saying
If she got
friend
patience.
zone, or if she got patience.
Because you
Why
couldn't
am I-
imagine. No, Henny, just picture it.
Sicily.
1947, 1982,
We're
1918.
out
Sorry,
in public ordering food.
right.
He has an episode. I don't care what platinum ring, what platinum, what. There is nothing I would take as an apology for you to embarrass me at that level.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's a no for me. I will not. No, there's no. You have to fix yourself first,
Yeah.
and that's why the topic is perfect. You gotta handle your first,
Right.
before you come to me. 'Cause
But he's
you
a,
ain't
but
ready
he's
to
a
be-
gentleman. So
No,
that don't,
what
that
does
don't,
that mean?
So that don't have nothing to do with it. So you wouldn't walk it out like he walk it out like till he go see somebody, like, you know, suggest it, and if he doesn't go, then you go away. I think that's what I would
TJ.
do.
No.
I think I would do that. I would be like, you know what? Let's not be exclusive just yet. Let's for you to
No.
go get some help.
You
and
go
figure out your mentors
start out,
because
and then come
once you're in the relationship, now we get into the relationship and life start to happen and stuff. I don't need for you to be, you know, shouting at me or laying out your frustration at me, and we're supposed to be working together. We're a team.
This is
You see
why
what I'm saying? So-
this is why I said
Uh-huh.
sometimes as an individual, you know what you want in a relationship. So hands down, you know what you want. You know that you're not going to go forward with this relationship because of X. However, people like me, 'cause I've been there before. So I recognize that this relationship...
Drink your water, people.
This relationship is not going to be exclusive, but I see something in this individual that this person has potential. But if this person don't seek some help, and help might be beyond me,
Right.
but if I don't assist this person and seek some help, then whoever that person gonna end up with, no, I know I am not supposed to be the person who is a therapist.
Right.
But that's why you might be a friend going towards relationship and you
recognize, drink your water. People, I tell you, I promise you won't be.
and you
will
recognize
not
that,
be dehydrated.
that person is you know, not mentally sound.
Right.
Gotta get them help. You just
Right.
can't, because some people just don't know that they need the help.
Got you. That's true.
That's not my job, though.
Right. That's
I'm
true
sorry.
too. That's true too. But
I'm not- that's not
just
my
saying,
job.
like, he's a gentleman.
And
so
we know.
we
And
spoke
as a
about chances all you know.
But as a gentleman, I will graciously tell him,
Bye bye.
yeah.
Okay.
I would have to leave.
All right. So that's Lola's stance and your mentor. So definitely.
No, let's flip it though. No, let's flip it. Would you have appreciated a woman who's always screaming at you?
Oh yes. That's a good
No,
question.
I'm
TD.
being honest. No, I wouldn't want that.
No, but Henny didn't say always.
Whenever things trigger,
Yeah, like overwhelming. Life overwhelms. the person.
whenever things trigger her, she pops off on you.
Like I said,
TJ, just hold it on.
I
Sorry.
wouldn't want that. So I see that I'm not going into the exclusive relationship zone
Right.
with her.
Right.
Okay.
So you tell her bye.
You don't have to say
I don't
bye.
have to say bye.
You can walk it out
That
first.
is why
You're not
I
exclusive.
said. That is why I said. For me, if I cherish this person as a person, first and foremost as a person,
Right.
it has nothing to do with me being in an exclusive relationship, but just as a person. If I have that time, Lord, you might not have the time. But if I could see this person has something good about them, I should help them along the way.
No. You
Guide
might
them.
jack them up even more. I think there's
If they are willing, and if they Well,
I don't know.
How's the first word?
I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever you want to call it. That's not my job.
Okay, so LoLa is leaving.
Handle your business before you come to me.
Right. Okay, so
I have my own struggles too.
Henny,
TJ. Yes, TJ.
I got to throw this wrench.
Go ahead.
So you're telling me, Lol, that if you see a pattern in a youth member with his girlfriend, let's say at youth night at church, and you're the leader, but you see a pattern, you're going to haul him up? You're going to haul her up?
Yes, and yes.
You're going to put him on the side? You're going to talk with him?
But at the end of the day, I'm not a therapist. Ain't none of my business, and I might do more harm than good.
Okay.
All right.
So, remember now, we don't spoke about finances, we spoke about physical appearances. We talking about getting your, remember we were talking about getting your ish together before you get in a relationship. So you got to be mentally sound to be with LoLa. TJ is not going to leave you.
Mentally and financially sound.
And you have to smell good and dress nicely. She don't mind your big nose. So
no.
TJ, no, he wouldn't leave you, but he would prefer that you get yourself fixed. And I'm with him. Get your stuff together before we decide to even venture further into this relationship. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, then. All right.
It's 3:34.
What I mean, we gotta go on break already? I just heard saying what? Okay, quick. Before we go on break, because it's 8:34 p.m. in the studios, we're gonna get in trouble here. But is being social a path of getting your ish together? Like having a social life? Like, going out there.
No, that you gotta get your
socializing.
Yes.
All right, cool. We're gonna come back. I want to hear some more about that social life thing when it comes to getting your ish together in terms of getting into a relationship. We gonna listen to a little bit of a little bit of Rick Hassani here, my one and only baby. I wonder who this hair come from. Keep it locked to the signal 284 with your lovely crew. We gonna be back.
You're locked into the Lovelink Show with LoLa and HenneCee on the signal 284.com.
Down a little bit more.
What? Huh?
Yeah.
Good night. We're back. This is your Love Link crew. This is your girl HenneCee alongside
LoLa.
Alongside
T to the E to the J.
Alongside yeah, delicious D. That's for you. You have to finish my alongside. But anyway, ways, we really want to make sure that I hope she's doing okay, you know, cause she ain't saying that she okay. But anyways, this is your lovely crew, of course. We also had chatting, having a little conversation, a little debate back and forth about getting your ish together before you get into a serious relationship. So now we spoke about finances. We spoke about
very important
physical appearance. We spoke about your mental health. No, I tried to figure out if your social life is a part of being, you know, getting your ish together. Like, I don't know.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. Is it, you know? Okay, so so I think LoLa, you have a different outlook on social life than I do. So my question is, not suppose I'm an introvert and I don't socialize. I just home chilling all the time. Me got much friends. What we doing?
We good.
Well, it depends on who you're with. I can't answer that wholesale either.
Okay.
Because if I'm a social butterfly, I probably should not go with someone who is an introvert. Because
Facts.
Unless they're open-minded and understand that I have to flap my wings.
Okay.
No, I might be a social butterfly. And you might be a social butterfly. But I might be offended that you're more social than me.
Really?
Or you are the center of attraction and not me.
Right, but then...
So when it comes to that individual who I might be dating who's an introvert, I might be fine, cool, and dandy with that because
you don't want to take your shine? Me like that?
Yeah, there's no
Me like
competition
that
for
me
attention.
like that at all, TJ. Me like that at all. But, yeah. So, we were off air, of course. LoLa did mention a thing or two about the social life. Like, she prefers for you to have your social life together. Come, talk to us.
Get it out of your system. Get your together.
Like, clear up all them ladies and them men's out your DMs.
Yeah, I don't appreciate, you know, if you're going to have a life where from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you going out every single night and you need this. That's a problem. I am so sorry.
Right.
I'm not sure what TJ's gonna say pertaining to the man
You met me. That way.
We got a message. A message says, flapping my wings. I have no clue what that means. But flapping my wings. So what about the people that out here just drinking, smoke? I mean, I don't have an issue with drinking and smoking. But like when you do
it's
it
in
so
moderation.
much.
It has to be in moderation.
So in moderation. Okay, all right. So make sure you get your drinking out of the way. You get your, clear up them DMs, you know.
But it's a problem because, as I said, for me, I've seen persons who got so pissing drunk. They don't even know how they got home. They don't know. They don't remember anything about the driving. They don't remember. And that is a problem.
Well, I mean,
fix yourself before you step to somebody like me.
I had me some drunk times like that. I mean, not PC drunk, but I mean, I'm just saying, can't remember certain parts of the stories. But anyways,
this is the way how I look at it.
Talk to me.
The way how I look at it
Tell
is
the people.
I am going to accept the woman who I want. Now, if you and I talking and you understand what to recognize, right?
He said recognize people. If you're just tuning in, remember, if you hear the word recognize or the word to recognize, please take a sip. We're taking our sip.
Go ahead.
You're not going to be dehydrated at all.
And you met me this way. You and I, you have interest in me. You either accept me for who I am or you move on. Right. Because at the end of the day,
I would appreciate
at the end of the day, you know, I am going to change if I see that there is something to change for.
Okay.
Or that if I want to change.
Okay. What did the message here say? The message say, but I guess it's pertaining to the drunken people. But you're coming home to me though. So it's like the person coming home to you. So it don't matter if they're drunk or not. But I mean, like in a solid relationship, you know, should you be able to be social? Don't listen to TJ.
Do not listen to TJ.
TJ jealous of the women. But you should be able to have like a solid social life. Because every time or all the time your partner going way up under them. You know, you have to have your friends, make friends, be happy, go by your family, go by your friends, go out,
No, we're
have
not
a girls' night, a man's night, or whatever.
The Henny.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know.
Okay.
But apparently the socials, you have to get your social life together. Real quick scenario. This is a little minor one. This scenario ain't went the way in which I wanted to go. Because a nice one would have been the way in which LoLa said it in terms of like drinking and stuff. But let's see who we have now. We have Trevor and Tracia. Trevor, male 22, and Tracia, female 20, both like each other. So now they're in a relationship. Let's clarify that. But they like each other, eh? Mm-hmm. They met in college and have the same friend circle. However, Tracia is not one to hang with a crowd. She's what you call an introvert. She hates to socialize amongst people, but, right? Trevor always invites Tracia out with the group of friends that they have, but she never goes. He basically only sees her in college whenever they both get free time in between classes. Now, let's note, Trevor is the life of every party and really wants to make Tracia his girlfriend. Do you think because Tracia is not socializing means that it's a deal breaker for Trevor?
Nah.
Why, Lola, why you watching me like that? What happened? What you got against?
That one was soft. That was
It's very soft. I'm bringing it down. We're coming on to the ending of the show, so I have to bring it soft.
So once he gets his, I think the question should be if she should entertain him.
That too.
Because to me, I could see where he would want her, because he's not gonna want the party girl.
Which I have a problem with. But anyway, go ahead.
You understand?
I hate that.
He doesn't want the party girl. He doesn't want the girl who's out there acting scandalous. He wants the quiet, introvert, non-social butterfly.
Okay.
So I understand that. The question should be, should she entertain him?
So then, okay. So I want to know if it's a deal breaker for Trevor. TJ said no.
It's not a deal breaker for Trevor, but Trevor mightn't recognize. He might
drink your water, people. If you're just tuning in, if you hear the word recognize, take a sip of water. You will not be dehydrated.
He might have put one and two together that the social thing is not her. He invites her out, but he need to explore more. Ask her why. Okay. Whenever I invite you out, why don't you take the bait? All
right. Okay. So I feel that it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's
Lola is now asking now. Do we think Tracia should actually entertain Trevor because he's very much of a socialite? He's a life of every party.
If she likes his personality, if she likes what he is and who he is, why not? She just might not like the socialite, but if she likes him, why not entertain?
I agree.
I see it as if he doesn't tone it down a little bit, I can see it creating what do you say her name is?
Tracia.
I'll give her a last name because I don't understand how Tracia saying her last name.
Nobody else but
Tracia Parker. Sorry, I'm a Spider-Man.
Behind home. That's what she gonna do.
She basically, I feel that she needs to not entertain.
I mean, she's still young anyway. She's 20.
I wouldn't entertain him because he's not going to tone down right now. I might actually tone up.
Right.
Even more.
Right. So you don't think he might change because he like her?
At 20 at
22?
No.
Not 22. Okay, so Trevor would not change at 22. No. So we have a message that says, yes, TJ, love me for me. And it says, once you trust me, we can have friends. All right? So that's towards what TJ was saying before.
Which was what?
I don't know what TJ was saying. TJ, what you were saying?
Sorry.
Whatever TJ said.
Facts.
Whatever
We
teacher
were supposed
said.
to turn off the lights. I forgot.
Turn off the lights
They said they appreciated the lights off more.
and let. Oh, we look so glowy. But anyways, so
I feel that to me it may create. Oh God, I forgot her name already.
Miss
Miss
Parker.
Tracia Parker.
Yes, Miss. It might make Miss Parker evolve into somebody she may not like. Because now she's going to start probably being paranoid, or she might start to doubt herself because she's not going to feel comfortable being in that social setting. So he's going to go by himself, and then when he goes by himself, that could end up.
Yeah, he gonna pick up some other girls. Because he gonna have no son to walk with. You know what I'm saying? So listen,
I think they should not. They should not.
Tracy, you get your man's boo. I with you. Get your man's.
And
That's
then,
what I
and
say.
then when Tricia, just putting it out there, when Tricia gets her man's, according to Henny, then she ends up with that, what was it? The mental jacked upness for another man that has to fix the nonsense that
I feel Trevor going to change for
Trevor
Tracia. Okay?
did to
Because I have young
Tricia.
people who like to change for their partners. I'm just
Because
saying.
if you really and truly get technical, most of your deep wounded heartbreak would be when you're in your 20s.
Yeah, that's especially for men.
When you're in your
'Cause when them get their first bust chest, jeez.
No, man, they get it from 16, 17, man.
Yeah, but when they get their first bust chest, them don't ever slow down until they're ready to. Anyways, I will digress. So, again, I gotta go around the room real quick. So, social life, important or not? Lola,
What do you mean important or not?
if it's important to get your ish together, to get in a relationship, having a solid social life, having being able to, socialize and not be so clingy up under your partner. Have friends, like make friends. It's easy for you to make friends. Is it important for you to get
for
your
the
ish together
balance, for the balance
of the relationship?
I think there should be
A balance.
Yes.
Okay, good. TJ, what you say?
Enjoy your life.
I agree. And don't rush it. Enjoy your life. But yes, you have to be able to be social to, make friends. You're gonna need a woman's night out or a man's night out when you get serious in a relationship, because then you're gonna be, is that wrong this person? So,
Around that age, you should definitely enjoy your life.
Yes, in your 20s, you
Listen.
enjoy. Because when you reach 30, Jesus. Anyways.
I don't know why this scenario sounds to me like a little bit like Destra. Lucy.
Oh, gee.
Oh, gee.
I think anyone listening to Lucy.
Why are you in my business? Don't be my business like that.
I
Okay?
mean,
Anyways.
I'm looking at the time, and I would just like to be able to say that nothing is wrong with asking for help when you need it, because as Lenny said, we're not perfect.
Wait,
And-
are you in another show? We done yet?
Are we done?
No, that is something you another show. No, another show just said we got 2 more things to go read. I want to talk about 2 more things in my brain.
It's
Real quick.
8:51.
I
Go
know.
ahead.
I know. We could just answer the questions.
Go.
So when it comes to, because we have religious people, we have Christians, we know about that. That's how we grow up. We, especially in the studio, is that important? A spiritual life, is it important to have during, before you get into a relationship? Should you be strong in your spiritual life?
For me personally, I am going to ask any woman about their spiritual life.
So it's important.
And it's important. You might not be strong in your faith,
Right.
but
You got to have a belief.
the belief has
Believe
to be
in
there.
okay.
Something. We're going to have a
Something.
discussion about it.
Right. Right.
If you want a discussion, well, red flag.
What about you, Lola?
Oh, it's definitely important for me.
Okay, great. So let me ask a question real quick. If we have, the unequally yoked conversation. So if we have an atheist and a Christian, how would that work in a relationship?
I know.
I don't know how that would work. I have no idea.
However, an atheist believes in something.
Something, just not
It might not be
Just not that thing.
Jehovah God
right.
or Muhammad or whatever you want to call it, but an atheist have a belief.
Okay.
So, whether they want to believe it or not, they believe in something.
All right. So
And they believe in God, eh?
they do?
Yeah. They believe in God. You can't be an atheist if you didn't believe. So what you're doing is denying God.
I like that. But that's a whole different conversation right there. I like that. So,
An
real
atheist,
quick.
you don't believe in God.
That's what I
We know the
think too.
definition. We know that.
They
I going with something spiritual. Yeah, a whole other conversation.
So that's a whole different conversation right there. But I just want to know, does it hamper your relationship? Go, Lola.
Yes.
Yes.
TJ. Okay, I say I agree as well. If there's one thing we're gonna agree on is a spiritual life. That's that. Professional life, the careers. Should one have a career before they get there? Before they get into a relationship, is it required to have their ish together?
All I gonna say,
Career is different from job, eh?
all I gonna say, whether it's job or career,
and or job.
what I'm gonna say for me is this: just do it legal. If it's legal, we good.
Hello, it don't matter if it's legal or illegal, you're making money. Any which ways, once you have a job,
Did she just say what
I
she
am
just
not
said?
going to jail with any.
remember the views and opinions of the Love Link Show, aka HenneCee, right now, doesn't reflect the views and opinions of the Signal 284. Remember that, and it don't reflect the views of Lola or TJ. That's HenneCee, right?
We have a message. The message says, I believe a relationship can survive once there's mutual respect. That goes for spirituality and atheism.
Love that. Well, that's interesting, actually. That's very interesting.
I had a professor that did that. She was Christian. Her husband, I think, was Muslim. And they had children together, and it was awesome. She said, no issues.
Because deep
Both the children, they did both religions. They understood both of them.
Okay, good, great, awesome. So, we don't want a man.
Just dismiss you.
And I did not, Jesus. It is 8:55. I'm not dismissing a soul,
Go ahead.
at all, right? So, we need to have a job, and we need to have a job and or a career.
I don't agree.
You don't need to?
No.
In order to be in a relationship. You don't need to. That's what you're saying?
No. Yes.
No,
yes, that's
maybe
what I'm saying.
So what we do? So, okay. So you want to clarify that like real quick?
Because I could be going to school.
Okay. Noted. TJ. TJ. Tell me.
Double income.
Double income. It says, we have a message. It says, love, respect, and trust dominates all challenges. Love that. Okay, so, yeah, have a job. Because both of we can't be struggling at the same time. Let's struggle together. But double the income for you. Definitely. Because, you have the little struggling artists out there, the painters, the singers, the sculptors, they're struggling, but yeah. So, how we feel about or ish? So the question still remains: do we still have to have all or ish together?
We can't.
So we cannot. All right.
But we just need to be working on it. Actively working on getting ours together.
Okay. So now, Lola, you could give us your beautiful ending.
Oh my God.
You understand? Because, you really don't need to have all your ish. It's impossible to have all your ish together. Because you could be strong in finances, but weak in different other places. Like, I don't know, your mentals. But you're going to still need to work on those things. So you don't have to have it together, all your ish together, to be in a solid relationship. Lola, your beautiful ending. She laughed.
I think a lot of the topics that we've done so far are actually intertwined. We can actually get our together if we have a bit of self-care, self-love. We do our little routine where we handle ourselves, especially mentally. So all the shows that we've done, they are intertwined in a bit.
Yep.
But I feel as though it's okay. And I need persons who are listening to understand it's okay if you don't have it all figured out.
Right.
It is okay. For me, I feel it's all about the confidence because I can walk into work And you will never know. You would be like, wow, she got her together. You will never know
We said that
all
table,
the
your wall
hurdles
and crumbling.
I had to go through to
Right.
get to that point that we're walking. So a lot of it has to do about the confidence, and you should have enough so that even if you do not know the answers, you can ask persons for the answers, because nothing is worse than when you need help and you pretend to act like you know.
Facts.
So it's okay to seek out
Yeah.
answers from family, from friends.
A round of applause
Yeah,
for
on the
Lola.
point, on the point.
On the ball. Okay.
You know, so that's how I feel. So if you don't have to show it, but once you have that confidence,
Yes, sir.
and that is actually what, I don't know how to use a word, but I can use it.
Use it.
You have to be coachable.
Uh-huh.
You have to be coachable. And that's why I always say, if the person doesn't want to change, then you need to stop investing time and effort in that relationship.
There you go.
You should be able to be confident enough, as I say, to ask for help. Because a lot of people don't ask for help, men especially. I can put it out there.
Yeah.
Men especially do not ask for help, and that's where it appears as though they don't have their together. But some of them do, and it just still comes down to being confident. I love to see a confident man. I do. I think it's super duper sexy. And remember, I said confident. That doesn't mean that he has his together, but it looks as though he does, because even if he has time
He
to
exudes
deal
that.
with to deal with the nitty-gritty, it makes you feel like, no man, he got his stuff together. So you just have to be able to be organized and not to be all over the place.
Right, right.
I also would say another thing too that is super important that we did not get a chance to bring out is we need sleep.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
Because if you are not, especially if you're not a person who is on time, if you're not a person, all of these things, if you're tired, you will never have I don't care if you're good with money, you're good with whatever. All these basic needs, we need these things in order to function and function successfully. So sleep
Noted.
is definitely important. And I'm speaking to myself because I'm on 1.5 hours sleep.
I'm glad you say it.
Because I was up all night dealing with different things. But if you basically sleep and your mind is sound, you can get to declutter, you can get to compartmentalize, you can get to do all the things that you need to do because your brain is now open to do what you have to do.
All right.
You feel more organized and you can be effective.
All right. I hope
All right.
y'all. I hope you guys grasped exactly what Lola was trying to say.
Don't tell me to repeat. 'Cause I don't know.
No, we're not going to repeat. We're not going to repeat. It's 9:01
No, I
p.m.
just say-
here in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. We're going to now end off the Getting Your Ish Together topic. It was a lovely and great night. Of course, we have to have Lola give her shout-outs before we end things.
Oh boy. I would definitely say I have to give my shout out there to my bestie there in St. Martin. I saw that he signed in exactly at 7 p.m. That's loyalty. I love you.
Telling you.
I didn't hear from Mr. Canada tonight, so I'm not sure if he's listening, but I'll still shout him out because he might watch the YouTube.
Definitely.
So good night,
We
Mr.
are
Canada.
live.
Good night, Mr. Florida as well. I would say good night to Miss England. The
Hi,
UK
England.
is listening.
Listen,
Thank you for
it's
your
late.
messages. Yes.
It is late in England.
Yeah, she needs to hear about the
Thanks.
sleep because she don't sleep.
Well, I mean, you too. When you sure this go?
Of course, the beautiful people here in the studio with me. I have to also shout out Diva and King. They are listening. Of course, Des, I still miss you. My eyeball, Me love you
Long time. Have a great day.
And last but by no means least, Lenny, thank you so much, sweetie.
TJ, I know you have your list the same way.
I got my list, but what I'm going to do tonight is ask for your assistance to say what Des Delicious D regularly says. What does she say?
She usually says, well, there's no us without you.
Yeah.
So we want to just say thank you to everyone. No, go ahead. That's all you need?
Yep.
That's it?
And that's it.
You going to shout
That's
out
it.
your love muffin?
My love muffin knows all about what we do.
Anyways.
So we're not going to prolong the show any longer.
This is your girl, HenneCee. Of course, if you know the voice, you know the voice. If you don't, then check me on YouTube. That's at the Love Link Show on YouTube. We're live again. Yeah. So, don't chase anyone. Get your ish together. You'll run into them later.
Amen.
And remember, it's never too late to get your ish together.
Amen.
All right?
I love it.
All right. So, before we end off, of course, we have to let you know the signal to wait for what entails. We have to keep you, make sure you log in or you stay tuned in for tomorrow at
6 a.m.
for
morning devotions.
There
and
you go.
every morning, every single day, because you know I have to do my Bible thing. So
Of
every
course.
day, 6 a.m.
Definitely. And then we have on Wednesdays the infamous, the famous, the one and only DJ Wiz from 7 to 9. Of course, Thursdays all day. We have Throwback Thursdays. Fridays are what we call Rerun Fridays. You'll be able to hear us at the Love Link Show at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the Friday night. Again, you can also check us on YouTube now. That's the Love Link Show. Don't forget the THE. The Love Link Show. And you'll see us under the lives. And we're going to be posting videos as well soon.
Yes, we will.
All right. So, we're about to end tonight. We are leaving. Maybe 5 minutes. Oh, we're not bad, but 9:05. We're going to get cost over. We're going to cost too bad. We're going to end off tonight with a little HenneCee and Thomas Riley lighter. And we're going to say
Good night.